Zambia mwaise ni program yesu yetuito kutila Beyond Zambia. Today we are looking at something very important. We are looking at national affairs. Lero tikamba pali vanivimachitika mcharo chatu, and I'm privileged in our studios here to have the guest who is the president. He is the president of EFF, Mr. Kasonde Mwenda. Mr. Kasonde, good afternoon and welcome to the program.
I'm so delighted. This is a day that the Lord has made, that we should be glad in it. I'm thankful to be on this powerful radio station, and I look forward to engagement with the people. Tulanshanye ko na abantu vekala Zambia.
Twatwetera mkwaya apano mbaline like kumto tulende tukweterero twalalanda pa national affairs ifya kuchitika ne refreshtika mucharo chesu no mbali napa twalikweteko president balishula National Assembly of Parliament pali pa Friday pali pa Friday then balipeleko na speech wali fintu finge fe balandire ukulosha ku mining, agriculture, tourism, education. It was a speech which covered a number of sectors. Nchishubiri wakasonde kutumalanda poshan in general pari speech ya pereba president.
Ida speech, it came at a very critical time. Limakula bana nga mwali kalapanga ndakula bali mwataba fyashi kuti baleranda every day. Makula bali day yakwati bami kali kapanshi. Nishina mwishiba, there is something very important. Right now, the country is on crossroads. Ichalo chesu na mumona bengi mwebeka la Zambia. Ifintu na fiko sako. So ida speech ya kwete ba president, that was a sona State of the Nation address. That was a time now when the president needed to give direction to the country. Tualaenda shani, tualaikala shani. So it is important because there is an opening of parliament, and parliament ni organi pangama funde. The way they govern Ichalo, kulabati, the president sets tone, gives direction, ever captain. So now, world say tualile of tuale focus tafyon, tualile kana ifo benaba opposition, tualile kila kumo. Because ama decisions zele pangama president, they concern us, na ifo yara tukumafe, monga bantu bonsi bamziko. That's why somebody made the question and said, we should have president kabalanda bantu wafile balanda for how long? Bambia bantu banda, no, doesn't matter tibalanda for Basa nipela kwa example, atukwa liko time imo, oloba matibini, bafua ilo kupanga, ruling mu parliament. Basta announce, atukwa laba ruling. Whenever there is such expectation, the country comes to a standstill. Abantu na uri mbaba shop, balaleka no kubeya. So, it is very important that when the president number one decides to address the country, he observes time. He makes sure that that to begin with, it is spoken within a specific period of time. And the standard is not more than 1 hour. So President Bali Sakwena Balilanda na ifo for 3 hours. And I can assure him, if he's listening right now, that during that 3 hours when he was talking to us, most businesses, ngama taxi, yali mini na for 3 hours we stopped working. So the expectation was, ngabapisho kulandera 3 hours. Once ama questions to achikwata. Once proper church was clear, we should be clear. So now what did I make out of that speech? Up to now, I'm still listening to that speech. Then na welelamo na timbisha mfuikishe efye wino. Na sanga atimwe kwa speech 3 hours ila kashinga bali tuwela korusenga ife na 30 minutes. Because with all due respect, that was one of the most hollow, lack of direction, lack of hope, lack of encouragement in a time that is so dire. For instance, the number one thing, ichile tushupa fwebena Zambia, number one thing, choturelwa na chosana sana number one right now Zambia, ni load shedding na itupesha, ama business na ya pwa. And we were expecting the president nomboku to pay that direction, because tuwalishi wama na itukuze skoko yaba, turashitisha now we are selling to 8 countries. Na ifumana mwao the World Bank report na ilanga, we are selling to about 8 countries amalite. Tatukwete amalite. Tulekwata maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. So tuwale subiro kumulako direction, tuwala sofashan. And for the first time, I heard the president say, I will not promise anything. Mau nilibe vokamba hapa. So, baka inde bale seka po ba Edgar Lungu at one time and say, ba Edgar Lungu banda I've got no ideas, I've got no plans. Bale baseka. For the first time now, baka inde banda tabako itama ideas, tabako itama plan for tuwala puisha load shedding. A lot of people right now, they are hating because the president has got no choice. He needs to tell us, how are we going to solve load shedding? He should tell us. He shouldn't be running away. He told us about ya ku Dubai bara panga malaiti kwa wala mu desert. But muntu le panga malaiti yaleya, and he says he has got nothing to tell us. No. He needs to tell us which is the way forward. So to begin with, if you are important, Muriam speech if you are those things were not there.
Okay, Mr. Kasonde. Okay, Tien Tampe, we'll start our discussion by playing the clip if you are Tampe, and then there are some few questions I'll ask you from if you're playing direct from the National Assembly.
And accessible health care are assured for all. Indeed, a Zambia where every citizen lives a dignified life and can achieve their full potential. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, macroeconomic developments, to go into specifics. In August 2021, we made a pledge to the Zambian people to revive and stabilize our economy as the headline message of our government. True to our commitment, economic growth has averaged 5.2% between 2021 and 2024. Numbers do not lie. This is more than 3 times higher than the average growth rate of 1.5% recorded during the period 2017 to 2020. We have been able to grow the economy despite the uncertain global environment, Madam Speaker, the huge national debt, Madam Speaker, the effects of the West drought in living memory, which we experienced in the 2023-2024 rain season. Madam Speaker, the UPND New Dawn administration has made positive strides in enhancing fiscal prudence and addressing the debt crisis. Elephant in the room at the time. Today, we are happy to report that over 92% of our external debt has been successfully restructured, Madam Speaker. Further, the inflation has been on a downward trajectory from an average of 23.1% between January to July 2021 to an average of 15.5% over the same period in 2025. In the recent past, we have all witnessed the Kwacha rebound against major convertible currencies. This has consequently resulted in a stabilization in the cost of goods and services, Madam Speaker. That's how it works. Madam Speaker.
Okay. Ndesi bila mwayi mfila bakonfo beswa and then Kasonde Mwamfu if yalanda bakateka weswa hapa. Nomba nalafu kumipisha kwa Kasonde. Explain in simpler terms for an ordinary Zambian in let's say kwa Mrs. Kulia or Kuchibolio or ma compound Zambia, okay? For them to easily understand what the president said in his speech all around the economic growth line. And I quote, economic growth has averaged 5.2% between 2021 and 2024. This is more than 3 times higher than the average growth rate of 1.5% recorded during the period of 2017 to 2020. Mushefinshi bale pilibula mu language ya kuchilo muntu kuti amfikisha.
Thank you. Therefore, at Africa, I would want the president to be honest. Bale landa fe chinkafe osati if bale uma because ngama mfa speech yabo na mfula sana ningala to with all due respect and I'm praying ba kainde mule umfa. I hope he's praying. I hope Manvela. Because number one, but then that GDP has grown. And the GDP has grown to 5.2. More than 3 times. I don't know school by record because kunza tefu bafundefi. Ngamamo na GDP na chila pitamo munde kakileta. Bale kakileta, we know. If he has to compare, we know fe. Umuchisha chinani, umuchishinka fe. No tukula chita, mingalato. File serious. GDP chipi mwachimo ocho wamwena kubushe economy lishani napela kwa example na ngumu ananga nalwala takwa umwana mwamuna fyati because umwana temperature ilifye bwino nishalifye bwino umwana anga nalwala fingi fo mwinga mwena kongali bwino bushena kwata appetite bushali active amenso yali shani bushali white nangu yali red bushali dry fingi mwinga mona ngachako bati mwamono omwana mkamona mwana mwaona chabe ati mwana nakwata appetite ati awo mwana oyu alifya bwino kaya aleria nishimwa abafe omwana oyu kuchafwa n'okufwa mufira mwa checking na temperature show mwa temperature ilishani so bakainde deliberately ukutemwa afe basala pofye ukubura parameter imo ukumwana fye appetite ya mwana kine kyalo kyabakwati mwana pakuishibanga kirebomba bwino ufira wa mone fintu fingi not wasala pofye appetite ati awe since alina kwata appetite alifye bwino lekeni ali alala umwana tiafuira na kutulo. So if let's take up atakwati bakainde baranda economy ya Zambia ilifye bwino pantu GDP gross domestic product ilifye bwino. One, that is hypocrisy for umuntu economist kulande fyo nichikwena na ishibati alebe pa abantu because GDP is not the only true measure. What about the cost of living? What about the cost of living? Mushabantu imikalire mushabantu bale ikuta abantu balukuta olo bantu bagona na njala ngati bantu bagona na njala sunga kambi ati no economy iri bwino bantu balugona na njala bantu balibe na malaiti iyo ambo kamba yo president at economy apa yankara 3 times. Let's go back to the 3 times talking about. Ngamamwa na average GDP of Zambia between 2011 and 2021. All of it was at 3.8%. 3.8. I don't know kwa funya. Now, bakainde in his cleverness, he says the current GDP is higher 3 times for 2017 to 2020. Mwewe na Zambia. Nani wa labe fiaristika between 2017 and 2019. Mwewe fiaristika. That was at the peak of COVID-19. Nobody more president. Wambu kasta compare. Ne fiaristika COVID. Who is he comparing to when he said 2017 to? Why has he chosen these 2 years, these 3 years?
Kaide apart achumfu wachanda popari, drought talk with 2023-2024 kwa tiashe kwa affect nelia rengesho kutila,
So, ngabale folks ta compare. If you then what's the compare? If you stike mu COVID, if you stike mu drought, at least you can compare. Not you compare if you stike now growth rate ya now. Uste compare if you stike mu COVID. Deke nomba milangi nga chako bati tuwafumiamo between 2011 to 2021. Mwafumiamo 2017 nga mwafumiamo 2019 na 2020 because we are the negative GDP because of what? COVID-19. The whole world was shut down. I don't think during the drought the country was shut down. In fact, the drought did not even affect the northern part of Zambia. In fact, northern part of Zambia. Most of the parts anyway. So, what I'm saying is that ngamafumiamo 2019 and 2020, the peak for COVID-19, average GDP, Africa 5.1%. Now we are saying 5.2. So in case Bakainde wants to be honest, he should be able to subtract what happened at the peak of COVID. You can't be comparing no. Umuntu wa amaka basta compete no amaka. Nang feni mu boxing kwali bati heavyweight, lightweight. Tetu wa umo mwache wewe panganda olo wa street ati nendoma bonse. No. You need to get equal to equal. So, if Adelanda kusta compare GDP has grown by 3 times. This is deceptive reporting because they know what happened in this GDP. Hakainde Chilema keeps quoting. He keeps comparing with GDP at the peak of COVID-19. That's hypocrisy.
Okay, and then there is another question I would like us to cover about 2 questions from what the president said. And then if in live Shapari, the president said, and I quote, inflation has been on a downward trajectory. And inflation has been on the downward trajectory from an average of 23.1% between January to July 2020 to an average of 15.5% over the same period in 2025. I'll repeat this. Inflation has been on a downward trajectory from an average of 23.1% between January to July 2021 to an average of 15.5% over the same period in 2025.
Yes, please.
In the recent past, we have all witnessed the quarter rebound against major, convertibles currencies. This has consequently resulted in a stabilization in the cost of goods and services. Now, my question is, in a simpler terms, of finati manufaya bonse bali mfikisha compounds language sometimes irakosa kwera ma accountants. Now, in a simpler terms, like an ordinary person can understand what is inflation.
Okay. So apa ninankala kona at least I was lucky. Cho mtuletela pa chilimba for batune ku school. I learned economics for 2 years. At least I'm sufficiently vested. Inflation is a rate at which the prices increase of commodities and goods. So for file nina mutengo pa defini to speed file nini na po inflation. Now let me give an example. Na ipanya kumuntu umurwere. Ayin. Inflation ngana urwara. Ni speed ule rwalira po mo. Nomba bakalamba kwali bali mwati ngana urwara te. Padango ule amba kula bati mubiri wakaba ngani malaria. Mubiri wakaba. Warusa na appetite kula bali mo afika pa level po betati koma. Nga wafika pa koma, you can't get more sick ngoli mukoma. No, bali mukoma no babalwalisha. You hear they will say you have stabilized in a coma. Tawe bali stable but critical. Uli stable but uli critical. Economy yesu mno Zambia where we have reached is at a point where according to Wakainde it is stable but in a critical. Nangulubilo kula bati wabu tukawapela lwapelo lubilo. The level ngani bako ku secondary school. Kula badi mo wabu chamoto kat acceleration 9. Ya afika nangwa pa 50 nangwa afika pa 100. Oyo nomba wala inshafe pa 100 pa penny. It doesn't mean mo kata ile butuka. Tawele staff increase but ile butuka. Ayin. So na same na patufikire inflation. Inflation mutengo wa fintu wali nina. So para wale koku nina but wali nina wali samika pa muru. Lipa mwamba. Ulipa mwamba kudala bantu si bangagule. So even in an economy, sometimes inflation has a way to settle at some place. Not because of the interventions, no. Because the forces of demand and supply somehow cannot allow it to just continue rising. Number 2, inflation tukwete. It can easily be managed because right now, we are not even living off our productivity. Tekwebati amakwebo tulechita. For to survive in country, it's because of amakwebo tulechita. Yo, if for to achita, tualia Congo lendarama. Maka inde and by UPNT banyo. No, our export cover, yeah, liba no stable highest, no. Where did we get the money? By IMF, International Monetary Fund. Bali to pay them pia. Bazambi ako wonfieni kwa MPH. Oh, na mwudi shapa. Oh, foreign exchange tamkwete. Tamkwete ama dollar ya. So you find that even the dollars that are stabilizing our kwacha, that forex is given to us as cash from IMF. So umuntu ule fokula irumbila pa file chitika ba IMF nish ale nilepa. Shimono muntu asa isati awe nenka kusunga akushira kona pizza. Kumi pisha tushempie shule shitiramo pizza. Watosa kudizindrama. Uzapeza tuyo muntu ni batate baki bampasa drama zo kugulira pizza. Waja batate bakafa waja aza kusunga bwanji. So ni chimozi moza bebe chitika muno Zambia. Kwacha ingaoneke monga yafikako paja ya balance. But the question is ya balance la chani ya balance la Kongole za IMF. Apa IMF just 1 month ago they released the remaining 1.8 billion US. They give us forex. So it's like umuntu alirwara ro muremu bika fenomba fya steroids mwamutunga fikushumwa mupompa no. Go to the root cause. Solve the problem. Shechirenga economy le chura chinshi. Muno Zambia our biggest problem, biggest problem is productivity. Mushafishi mule producer. I can give an example right now. Kana mona production ya kuma mine. Yalela ngokona manamba alikopa muru. Do you know why? The mines, if you go to KCM right now, there is no serious mining happening there. They are mopping up. Bale bura yarama dump site yaro ba dapping. Aba nanko ba imbile kariya. Yo mbabalishtisha. So la turnover ya monika tika sana. Na GDP ya UPND. Ni GDP ya abufi because it is not a GDP that is premised on productivity. Shimona kutila uleshtisha makwebo ngani bana mayo. Wayao defintu pamutengo ukurain. Olo washenga ndolo refitisha pamutengo unono. Ukamoneka kwa tinalimo ugulisa maningi but profit mulibe. But muntu akanga chabe pamene ugulisa zakamba ai mumagulisa maningi but ugulisa pamutengo ungono. Ndio amene vichitika muno muziko. Tigulisa makopa, tigulisa pamutengo ungono na matax ticho sako kuti chabe viende. Then wakabwera kuno tikambati kopa tagulisa zingati? Tagulisa kopa ya 7 billion. Ndiye GDP. The question difficult as ifunsa is 7 billion yemen tagulisira kopa yaenda kuti yabwera kuno olo yaenda kubazungu. na mamaini yamenti kambapwa GDP si bantu sindise yayi teifwe basungu ababulo bo twapera makopa mine ebale chita report ati ise tapanga 7 bilioni muno mu Zambia sitipangapo 7 bilioni iyai muno tiendo pempa ku IMF tikalira nkongole muno so muntu akabwera kuno afuna tinami asokoneze abantu ati no zino ziko chipanga drama GDP yaenda pamwamba yaendera ndani pamwamba otifuse chabe muntu yende parodi patingaenda patifunse bantu mukara bwanji mukudya bwino GDP pa nyumba ilipo mufuse bantu pa manyumba GDP ngati yaenda pamwamba.
Okay, just there Mr. Kasonde, ukulinga if na chiberenga hapa there's something like if another for kusho pali inflation in yaina I would like to know the current status of the cost of living in Zambia, and if it is true that we are seeing the stabilization in the cost of goods and service according to the speech which was read by the President of Parliament, and because there is a stabilization in the cost of goods and services, and I would like to know mushe imwe Kasonde mune munakoshani pali cost of living.
Okay.
And then is it true there is a stabilization in the cost of goods and services?
So, your question is simple maningi, because your question bakainde sibanga yanke. Bakainde ba UPND sibanga yanke. Because your question Mazambians baziba bwino. Ushe economy li bwanji. Iyo funzo ilweli pusho li very clear. Awe ngasuka ilweli pusho bena Zambia. Musha bena Zambia bread baleshita shinga na kale baleshita shinga. A question, mushe bus fare ngole fuma ku town, wani na Charleston town. Apa muleli pilashani, mushe na ibwerako. Unga. Wabwerako. So if vintu vamene malaiti yabwerako, so you find that the cost of living has been going up. So what stabilization are they talking about? They are stabilizing in a comma.
Yeah, Mr. Kasonde, we saw the meal price dropping from, I don't know, actually 250.
Yes.
Maybe that could be one of the reasons.
Yes, that actually is a positive. And credit to the good rains we had. The people worked very hard. That we credit. That we can't beat about the bush. But actually that we actually need now to protect it. Because it's not the first time unabwera poso. Umabwera no pitilira up. But already tamverati they are now exporting wambo vigurisa futi vimilisi futi. Bantu muno Mzambia wamazilimira timalima but muzaona at this rate na recklessness yambapo muzapeza ati by the next 4-5 months unga futu zambo enda pamwamba. So now what we are asking is that this should be safeguarded. We are not wishing at voi pazikazichitika chabe veka no tifuna bantu bankaleko bwino. So one thing can be okay, but we are asking the government this they need to safeguard. They need to protect this because the Zambian people worked for it. This at 9 Damsanga. I can give an example. A lot of people are working very hard in Zambia. Nadi monaba UPND balanda Zambians are lazy. Baka in one of the speeches here in the parliament, bali sa baba minister ba mutati. Ata ba mutati Mr. Technology for balebeta. Mr. Technology. Mwasebenza. Ba speaker velani muzankala na shocked. Nimvere vanawaza kamba. No bo kamba ati, muno Mzambia economy ya chinja. Kuma mobile transaction, ija mobile ija. Ati kuma mobile yeka. Tachoka pa 1.2 billion in 2012. 1.2 billion in 2012. Transaction. Now to the pa 486 billion. Muma mobile money. Ati bato teniko ba mutati. And I'm like, baka inde ba mutati balekala po muka booth, balekala po muka booth. Abekala muka booth, baiche ba youth ebekala mutu booth. Those are our economic drivers. Ngamulengu mfa wonse mwe babomba mutu booth, mutu ntemba Airtel, MTN money. Nincho bale milaba babuteko bana milaba. Ineni mibukisha as EFF3 mibukisha. You are the winners of this economy. Bale ndawa president, nala milanga na ka video. Bale ndawe neba president. Abati muma mobile money baraba ichako bati nama toilet taba perako. In fact abachiwalalia those are heroes. This economy is being driven by the youngsters, by the youth, because they have recorded 486 billion. Those are the people we're supposed to clap for. By them kutotera banan. By them kutotera bamutati. Baraba ichera ngo bare bomba mutwa boost. Do you know how much bafora salary? The prime movers of our economy, do you know how much they are getting? Aba ichebale bafuna 100 kwacha, ama 300, ama 500 ngabashuka ama 15 ama 1 pin. But those are making 486 billion. Mukamone ishile panga ba Airtel. Ishile panga ba MTN. Ofo tuleli pilama charges nga watu mendelama. No kutuma fendelama within the same network. Kuli pila walusa moka 2 kwacha. We are suffering, but the multinationals are benefiting. Our people are losing out. And I want to tell our both by youth. If we get twice, we recognize you. You are bankers, right? You are bankers in a small scale. And we'll make sure that when our time comes, but we'll empower you, we'll make sure that even Osho Mule for a shalondolo kakoba tulemono kuchura kwenu na wingira mkabufu kuchuraka chero. Wafumamo chunguro kule kaba you are sweating. But actually don't get anything. But when you see the record, those are the true movers. You are the heroes by Chebandi. Nimoma hero mweba desisha economy ya Zambia ni mwebo. Not bamutachi awaka inde baile mkutasha. And you forgot to mention these youths who are very critical. So I would want to take this opportunity. You are our heroes in this country.
Okay, now let's talk about parity restructuring. President Waisa and parity restructuring, and I quote, he said that today we are happy to report that over 92% of our external debt has been successfully restructured. Now the question is the one I would like to ask you about Kasonde. Like I'm always saying, therefore I want to fixture if you're Ngabalanda restructured, if you're a people wakateka, we share way restructuring in people should we Zambians be happy that we have restructured our debt?
Totally. I think waka inde pali debt restructuring. I think tabaishi ba unefichitika. And I don't blame him. Maybe insto ya libashupa kwa sana, maybe because valishireba abantu kashane ni ku stadium ku airport. Nimpuisha debt restructuring abantu balireshana amasha abantu benzo vina okukweze celebration 2 years later lero babwera ati nachitako 92%. If you go and check even the World Bank report, ija debt restructuring in Imirida, it is jammed. The framework, G20 framework, has jammed. We have failed to even restructure ama Eurobond. But baka inde maybe in a way to windhook Zambians, now 92%. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Let him tell you the figures and tell you which debt he has restructured. He hasn't restructured the debt. Besides, restructuring the debt should not be an issue. Tuamjo kulashana. Chimo kutina kwa tenkongore. Olo wa negotiate kwa nkongore ati isho nkongore pushing eniko kuntanshi abana bande bakesali pira. Then abana no kubeba imweberani vinani nkongore na pushing na kudara mzali pira wamene imwe. What we need at this particular juncture, number one, was to negotiate for debt cancellation. When the Jubilee, Naba Pope offered to help our country. Baka inde banakana. Ba Pope banakamba tikani mitandize kunkali Jubilee debt restructuring 2025. Ijuno nchaka cha Jubilee. Banakana no iseti enda chabe na G20 framework bazati tizashi pushing inako kusogoro Kongole. So if we as economic freedom fighters, we would have pushed for debt cancellation. Mwanawasa sana lipile Kongole here.
Which one is good? Debt cancellation or debt restructuring?
Ine leo nipa mulungu leo nipa sande. Olo mulungu fumu yatu pobwera kuno paziko pano. Sibana chite debt restructure. Na Bible inakambati imwe Nkongole zanu inakansura ninalipira Nkongole zanu mulungu. Anati lipira Nkongole tana chite restructured. Nona shipushingina kudara mukabwera ku heaven muzalipira. When you have your debt cancelled or you pay it, you become free. But in Kongole mkashipushingina kusogoro kuja. Zimankana interest. Zikulirako. Ngati apa na Kongola 10 pin. Kulipira 10 pin amene after 3 years nizalipira 30 pin. Maona. So kweti enda kusogoro ku. Kunga chabe koi pachifukwa ma problem yalero tiapeleka kusogoro. That is not right. As economic freedom fighters, we would rather pay that debt. We have got material. Zijazamene onan ba IMF bamatibera kuipa. Apa ma IMF conditions ya debt restructuring amene bamakamba ati no osatenga tax. Maema rozi ya jama rozi maringi vovala vija vodula makumba aja myala zija zodula zija. Bana bauza ati no imwe apachosani koni duty. Vikazienda chabe free. Na kopa pamene nikambapa kunachoka IS at IS number 47. Iyo ni instruction yochoka kuli ba minister, kuchoka kuli ba president. Ati kopa pogulisa hapa, mukazigulisa chabe concentrate. Mukazigulisa che. Manje ijo concentrate kulibe na tax. And we are losing over $6 billion within 6 months. $6 billion. For what? In exchange, no pempa 1.8 billion. If we could just collect our dues, our taxes from the copper we are selling. So in ukutontonkanya kwa UPND, I failed to understand. They behave like we are captured. And indeed, we are very captured.
Okay, Mr. Kasonde, let's say you form a government next year, Mwapita Mwa President Basarotino. And then what are you going to do nama data to apata? Because nabe na washtre balanda to inherit from the PF, okay? Wasangire nkongole wa PF bali kongola. So now by all means they are trying to push it nkongole.
Thank you. Number one. Na mwishibanga chako bati uleya balanda ti who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Right. Bakutumana muno shibukombe. Dimo turabura shibukombe mabura shibukombe wakubati neri ashtari shibe wino between you no makachule foku pain. I say with a clean mind. Not watuma ba wiso atikayo babe ba shibukombe. Bali kwishwa no kwishiba tuli monangani. Ngaba mu negotiate kulya bakarasa kamana katwawesha sana omutengo. Umana wandi munangani. But when you take a neutral person, if we by EFF economic freedom fighters, we are not entangled. We are clean people. And when we come to Zambia to lead this country, we are coming with clean hands. Number one thing we'll do, we'll give ownership of our minerals to Zambia. KCM ilabafiro kupoka wapela bene vendata abantu aba munkongole, and the government of Zambia has been paying the debt ukulati vendata ya Kongole ndarama abale ipera cover niba government of Zambia. The same thing bashitire pali Lusaka Ndola duo carriageway contractor Aisa at investor asa Kongole nempesha ma pensionia ishama shamu Zambia instead SN ndarama ema PPP abaka inde. If when we come we are going to get back KCM, it's coming back to Zambia. This you should write down. When we get into power as economic freedom fighters, KCM is coming back to Zambia.
Now, where are we going to get the resources to manage our mines? Because we learned that we don't have the capacity to run our own mines. Number munkafunya kuisempesha kusekwambo kushita machinery. No kula running our mines is.
Our mines even right now they are running using our money. Ukongole mpia ufira wakwata cover yabakati niko latero. Filiati ngawa Kongole ndarama kola bati ngawa firo kulipira. Who's your guarantor? Nanu ukakubakinga. So government ni government teti firo kufa ndarama. So titwa Kongole nempia isha kubika muma mine. So atwara ni ngama mine. We'll have experts running those mines independently, not government controlled, but government employed and sanctioned on behalf of Zambians. The same way we used to run our mines a long time ago under the CCM. Even right now, the CCM has got stakes, but yeah, shall not too much stake to none. So if as economic freedom fighters, when we come, we'll bring ownership now, we'll have a stake. Not to marikwata mine ish nafe. Mulero ya tuwampeko tuma change. Us as economic freedom fighters, when we come, we are coming to get ownership of our minerals. We also allow, of course, Ama Bambi to work with us. Those who are investing, they'll come, they are free. No, we reason. And our economic ideas are sound. They are based on understanding, acumen, tuwajiako kuskuru. And we are not captured. Bakainde and the team, those are captured people. Murefia Stabena Traore, Ibrahim Traore, they are able now to benefit from their gold. Because that gold now, ya maboko yabo. Zambia, we are a very rich country. But under this framework, if into fiesu, but to papa tirafie, we can't go anywhere. We are wasting time. This has failed to work. And it can't work, and it will never work. You can give back in the 50 years, 100 years to be president. Now that no, up to 2090. In fact, up to 3,000 years, this country will go to its knees. Because if something is not yours, you are wasting your time. Something needs to be yours. Nangfe, panga ndafye muntu wa isa mdara. Nukisa shafye ichintu panga ndambum. Ukwa kushiro muntu. nefulati yasati yalokwa but nga mama nakupanga ndawapera mwana wandi garden yobe umwana akalamika shwati nga bwacha atapira bali mwati iwe ro yobe ni garden iwe ni mbale nga mwapo okulya kusuke mbale umwana alishibati job yandi nchinshi kusuke mbale alishibati ine kupyanga musiti nga bwacha omwana apyanga musiti. That's how you run a country. Nomba muno Mzambia twalikwata minerals. They are not even in our hands. So no one takes responsibility. Nga mwakuma mine fwe bakara nalikala kulwansha ine kwatika twish. Nalikala kuchilira bombwe kukitwe. Mu mine ino stabena Zambia nga bako mukasanga ati bale banefya mu mine because they know those mines are not owned by us. But once we start owning those mines, once we have ownership, bakambo kumona inenga naiba pa nde ibile chalo. So once we start giving people ownership, ngachako bat production yaba high na pa ground bamona it trickles down. Nafumine kukopa veot last 4 days ago. Nga wapita mukitwe kwati mwali nkondo. Knapera ila Chingora Road. Nga mwafuma fi round about para side pa hospital. Waka inde. Chingora Road nga mwafuma pa round about. Ukuleft nchiburume road mulera ndapa. Nomba piteni kwati mulera ku Chingora. Kwati mwali nkondo mukito. Kwati mwali nkondo. Mwali mbauka kitwe. Imwe. Uya kuchingora. Tuwaile kuchingwele. Tuwana kuchingwele kuma mountains kulia. Aba echebalelira. So ibalanda pono copper has gone up. It has gone up kuba sungu. Not kubantu besu. Bali batamfya na mma dump site aba eche. The economy of Chingola nga wafika kanabe saifwe. I'm from there. I was there last week. I was there. Go to Pakabwapa. Ila Black Mountain ila bali batamfya. Mwingire ba UPND kada. So, ngabalenda paka in the mining has gone up for who? For foreigners who are declaring that they have dug this and they are making money. Muchalo muli insala. I can play you ama audios hapa banawe senga mamona. How people are suffering. Bantu bavuti kasiba kuda bantu bagwa na njala. Abantu hapa baja wanu miu. But mukavira president akamba, he doesn't know what people are going through. As EFF, we know what people are going through because we are going through that. And when we come, number one thing, tukawombela pansala. Bakainde that no Fiona itampo kubwera na wabwesha bayisangire pa 17 kwacha bisho balishiba bali laba now it's at 30 kwacha almost double ngawa yakopa be na bantu bakudaba ati kono $1. How have you managed? I put in my car it's 2000 kwacha to reach Kitwe fuel alone one way Mbwere 4000 go come in my car. What can you do in a country? Abantu balekano kwenda. But the president by UPND bena kwenyu. Do these people even take time to even listen to us on the ground?
Okay, talking about fuel, Kasonde, don't you think it's relengesha sana? It's because my prices they are determined by the countries that supply oil like Arab nations kufuma sana oil, okay? Then apaka tukule mfika nkondo kwati ku Israel, Israel, Irani na Qatar pafile mfika kwati tafili stable sana. So it simply means that these affect some prices ya fuel kwa pamoja. Now when you come into power, what are you going to do so that you maintain price ya stable throughout the year? What are you going to do? Because what I'm thinking is countries that supply fuel nga kwa benkondo kule umutengo wa fuel ya pamodo nga ya pamodo inchi to affect the entire world, the fuel price will go up. Now to maintain stability of fuel price, pump price have the same throughout the year, mukachita shani munga mwesa mpampa.
Thank you. Echaro cha Zambia terero kireyamba. In fact before nshirasukana nimbona abalumendo kubali lati mulande pone ya kuchirira bombo kubale ipa yaba youth ati bafe ku border batwalo tusaka twabunga bamukubalasa bayilishanya nimbona pale ndembera ama message. But let me come to, if I as EFF by youth will be saving your lives, not killing you, and that we condemn very highly. I'm yet to hear the minister talk about that issue. Anyway, machipsha tawa we going to maintain ila fuel. Zambia tayambile lelo. We can also learn from others. How do others maintain? Zambia is not the only country. Ngana mwana kumala wiko abanensu they were even able to buy last year 16 kwacha per liter petrol. Abantu nga fyakosa bafiro kwanisha, a normal government should put subsidy. Mwabika kwama subsidy fyawera komtengo, then ba government mwapo kendala makufuma kuma minerals. If the government iyaba constructive. But government which exposes the country to the shocks at muzazi onera. Vonse vika kwaba fe nkondo ku Iraki na kuntu ambo kunfa kwabe nkondo ku Israel twambo kuchulira mukuno ni ku Israel kuno kulonga kuli nsala ba Israel balomfako obubi. They don't, because their government insulates them. The job of the government is to insulate people, to protect people. Not yet nga kwa tsunami ku Japan abena Zambia bamba no kuchuro kuchira bena Japan kwabo bulwele ku China abena Zambia bamba kuchurira mo ni shifo bana Zambia kanshi tukaife ku China, because it's like our everything is dependent on what is happening outside. Then why are we even inside? A serious government should have measures, and one of the measures we should do, we are the Indian refinery even in Den by the Sarawaka Indian the UPND when they came by Sarah Indian refinery we could buy crude oil and produce fwebentu abula amafuta that wapanga mo petrol diesel na bitumen no kupanga nyoto no kupanga ama roads ya matika. It was easy because we could process the bitumen right here in Zambia. So us when we come, why they have even failed to make a deal with Angola pa Angola papa kwa na makasa tinaenda fwe pa makasa kuti twabula crude oil twasapanga na oil muno. Why have we failed to agree with Angola? At no, they are buying shares in yenga shirifike na pesa bantu bati bale they are buying shares in Angola refinery but baka inde na bantu babo they take us for a ride bale tuwe bati na wakwata ma shares. I don't know when their fuel is coming, because that is now almost going to 2 years ever since they got shares. God knows which shares they got anyway. But us when we come, we'll make sure that productivity is brought home here. Baka unda bad pange tazama pipeline kusa isangusha iyama purified. No, that was meant for crude. Because crude, there are many benefits. We're able to make heavy fuels to run the mines. We are able to make bitumen to do the roads. Zambia was one of the biggest supplier of petroleum gas. Ila gas ya kuipikila po ilia. Infutu wale supply ba Namibia, ba Botswana, ba DRC. But in South Africa, because we do not even have the ability to process. But EFF, when we come, who resurrect the industries. Don't expect by UPND, Nawaka Inde to resurrect the industries. It's not possible. Those are the people that brought down our industries. Ama Dunlop, ama Colgate. And I live on Family Land and a Paris Amefa. Bekarefi. I know what is happening to Zamefa Kuda. Kuawafi. I know what is happening there. I know. Now, 3 days ago, I know what's happening. Now, shaft 28, Yabarandapo. I was at shaft 28. They were saying, no, next year, 2025, it will open. We are actually two months before time. Does he forget? They said 18 months. 18 months passed last month to end the watering. Problem, I don't know. They have lost track of what's happening in the country. People are dying of hunger at Tapalu Philippon and Zara. Do they know how many people are dying of hunger every day? But therefore, pundat ina na afane nsala pano. All of that oil afane nsala. People are dying of hunger because malnutrition makes illnesses even worse. Ba hospital, mo repita ku hospital. Awa dole pa bed bale kulombati ba president. Ina nsala feni fro kuno muti. Abonga bafwa, government will say no. No one has died of hunger.
Okay, in case you are joining us, this is the program we call Beyond Zambia. We talk about governance and a lot of issues surrounding, the governance in Zambia and outside Zambia. Ini kulikonsi kwa mtimverela, ni program makamba pali governance in Zambia na kunja kwa charo cha Zambia. Today, tina wa guest watu wa president wa EFF wa Kasonde Mwenda ndio wantikamba nao pali topic wantikamba ti national affairs. Mr. Kasonde, before we open our lines, let's talk about one thing. We shift our attention to education. Okay, education is what we are calling now free education, which is a plus because we have seen many people Don't you think it's a good thing free education?
First, to begin with, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. For me, now EFF, tualile kukito when they came into power, tualile mukita demonstrate. Let any free education mwa tuwaile kaki anapali kamposa mabwe. Freedom statue. Myself and Mr. Changala, my Secretary General, I saw him watching here. We were among the first people that this government put in sales, but we kile pakitwe central pali. Muma selu. For demonstrating, demanding for what? Demanding kuti kube free education. I'm a product of free education. Tuwale na kuwa fair. Tuwale na bans. I know by youth may not have a chance to bariko, but for Tuwale. Hakainde is not the one who has brought free education. He's a product of free education. Free education has always been there. It only paused during our pain, and it did not pause even all of it during the PF. So for him to fail to, maka in the weakness yabo, they fail to acknowledge kutasha abantu awa wafundene fintu. Baka inde na UPND nangu wabeba ti wakwipisha 1+1 shinga wabeba ti 2. Bena bala mkwe abantu 1+1 ni 2. Newa wala poko asukani nebo. You asked and I told you. Abantu aba abuino bala standard recognize that inaba mfundile finiaba. But you need ever letter free education. I've never heard baka in the even acknowledged by you, but I'm the first one. We muntu waile ku primary free education. We muntu waile na ku university free education. Right now, ngani ku university takwa free education. Kwa ama student loans. If you take on shuko, to part of it of our sponsorship in higher tertiary education. Yeah, in the bursary. No takwa ama loan. I don't know how free education is in tertiary education because nanguma sambilira shire mpya mkesa shiripira futi ninkongole. But what is happening to lower, us will do even more. And for by EFF, we will roll it even wider so that everybody is included. And it will not just be free education without quality. If we get twice, naka quality tukakabomberapo. We'll make sure that even the student pupil ratio to abomberapo ba teacher ba chindikwa. Me, I'm a child of ba teacher. Nemo ana teacher. Neba tatana ba ma yobonse. Ba neba teacher. So I know the problems that the teachers are going through. And we'll make sure that by teacher to avika apasuma where they belong.
Okay, in case you are listening, now the lines are open. The number to call us is 0977624270. The number I'm choosing ninga kulima kufunzo ali onsabile muli nayo kulibana mfuno chita contribute ni 2 million phone pa 0977624270 nshimafika pano pa live radio na ngamwenzo tuma there's one phone flashing up at that and so kind of serve my phone calls right now. The phone calls are open. The line is 0977624270. For the first caller here. Hello. Hello, Mafika.
Waende ya ubalie tuo kita walipenti watikora maningi 226 fuite watanjala maningi.
Simunatiuze zina. Hello, simunatiuze zina ndi mwandani.
Asa fuzuru kuno kwa kuku waende siwa funa peka pangono.
Okay, the line to call us is 0977624270. Ndiye namba ya mene mwizi yangu. Kambira matuza zina yanu, then mwakamba ava ene mfuno kamba. Okay, hello, Mafika pa radio zina kwa ni watumira?
No siku mune ya kushibuyozi.
Okay, kambani timvele.
Kulipe sina mbele kenya wa msako. Automa tunzale ma country ya matita supply fueo ni kuliho. So, mweba kachitila vete waka kalambao. Na solution yewa sikaiguzinga kuchichiwe ujikwele. Ngasita kukalinde. Then, mtana mbele kutoka mbati HS sisi wamenya narita free education. Then, mbele waka mbako ati wanakuwa wa endoklema. Free education itangale. Kusolo wana endoklema hakuliwa ndani. Ngaki HS wamenya naileta. But endoklema kuliwa ndani kuliwa free education. Yema kushe mjanga.
Zina yanu na kwa vile mtumira?
No siku kushibuyozi.
Okay, wano siku siko. Okay. Hello, Mafika pa radio zina na kwa vile mtumira? Hello, Mafika pa radio ni waandani na wazina kwa vile watumira?
This is the voice of Choma.
Voice of Choma, your name? We need your name.
My name is Obriano.
Okay, Mr. Obriano, you can go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, my president there.
Good afternoon. Voice of Choma. Speak, my brother.
Yes. You are articulating issues very well, sir.
Thank you.
If we have had leaders like you, Mr. Kasonde, Zambia is not going to be where it is today. I listened also to the speech of the Republican president when he was opening the parliament. The problem I have with the president is he talks too much than implementing. So, Mr. Kasonde, when you come into power in 2026, what are you going to do with the this CTF, which is, they've been saying about, CTF, where I don't even say, I want to see that vehicle. There are many more settlement to come on the CTF. So I'm going to go to President Rafi. But that I step on the CTF. Because it has been increasing, and then things are not happening. Because the other one, the one who come back and back. I'm saying that because no, I can't support because no, it is stronger, I should support when things are not okay. No.
Okay, in conclusion.
I'm killing the democrats of the country.
In conclusion.
In conclusion, sir, keep on pushing and speaking on behalf of Zambian people because we are pitifully suffering. Any comment on electricity, sir? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hello? Mwafika parejo zina kwa niwatumira?
Mkamba na warupia tena kumatero utaka.
Okay, mga kambe warupia.
Ba president mwa mbacha.
Bueno malume, welcome.
I'm following the program. Quite alright for president Kamba President. One the Mamele Ifika Monga is Mazambia, most especially in the youth. But Morocco, the Bosnia, which is yes. When I come here, but wherever come, but a politician. It will be plus to have the youth. Now the problem with you politicians, good when you're in opposition, you have solutions when you're in opposition. The moment you assume the office, all those powers, all those solutions you are mentioning to say, no, I should do this, will go. I don't know what that is. So we would like to have, we are so hopeful that if we have a president like you because you've seen a lot of these old people die. So in Monga wa youth mkaenda moja. So what I'm trying to say, when you have a chance to lose Zambia, please make sure that one of them come back to Mr. Kasonde. You have the solution. Do not just be good in talking because you can say a lot of things. But when the result comes for you to buy that bread, it takes time. Maybe you cannot even do it. So we would like a situation whereby we give you a chance to start rolling and you start attending to the things that we are mentioning. Then the other thing that I would like to say, Mr. Kasongo, sometimes let us try to appreciate some of the things your friends are doing. You cannot say free education in peace. There are a lot of people are benefiting from this free education. And when you start saying, yeah, free education means people are wrong, no, in Singapore there was no free education, Mr. Kasongo. We were there in this foreigners.
Okay.
So let us try to appreciate things that are happening.
In conclusion.
Yes, so in conclusion, what I would like to say, I'm appreciating that we have chances to talk to those people even before they come in power. So when they come in power, we are looking forward to them so that they may do what they are promising.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Let's accommodate the last call and then we, give Mr. Kasonde the chance to react to the, set of calls we have picked. Hello? Hello? Mwafika parejo zina kwa natumira?
I'm Mr. Lema.
Mr. who?
Mr. Lema, I'm calling you from within Lusaka.
Mr. Luma within Lusaka, you can go ahead.
Lema.
Lema, okay, you can go ahead, sir.
Yes, tunataka contribute hapa.
Okay.
Yeah, kutoka na familia tunatembea independence mwanzo 1964. Mozambia tukalipata kutaka mwanga mwenda kutikira under UPNP government. Tukalipata ngara kwa ngara mwenda ndio mu UPNP government. Sasa tukaanza kwa na road shooting kusauka. Mwanga mwanga kankalira mu UPNP. Kanchito waleta bana kusema maweota. There is no electricity that they are charged. Kasonde, you are speaking very well. You are very intelligent. Today, if we had the man like you in the State House, I think it's under Pasogoro. Manje, my politician cannot be easier. For example, in Toledo, Mukango State House is zero cost. If we shall get them back to Zambia, that is what they have already saying in the position. What does it do when they win? He let the president and the Zambia. I must tell you the number of that to for that, and I know we shall get this for the next city talks. I mean, I'm going to Mokangena, we have a video for this, Mother Tamazandi and Dama Tutika. So, Samela Mira of Mazambia and 2026, Mogopen and there, we will continue stuff that is for another 5 years. Everyone will have to choose again 2069, but that's when they were.
Okay, Tami Kiraziko. Okay.
Independent and do not in any way represent that of live radio stance. Live radio, go green, the future we want. The future we want. The views and opinions expressed on this program are independent and do not in any way represent that of live radio stance. Live radio.
Okay, welcome back to Beyond Zambia, the program where we talk about governance within and outside Zambia. Kasonde, twarafuaya muchite react kuli first set of course we are picking tumfwe efe mwala chita react ne efe mwala landa pokulingana nami kushwa mikwisha abantu efe bachira landa and then we pick another set of calls. As at now, in time confess Kasonde wakambe upon then zapitiriza picking ma calls.
Okay. Zikomo kwambiri ma callers wonse na ma listeners. Thank you for the encouragement. We are together. Nice hapa kwetabu choka tachoka kumanyumba. Kuvutika tikuziba. Bazulu benzi wakambati baende ndiye kufunira kwa nice tifuna baende. You know muntu akakangiwa afu nikaende. Not that we hate him. We don't hate Akainde Chilema. Some of us fought for him. I even wrote his book, like The Economist. Ndine nalemba jabuku. But when somebody has failed, he has failed. Nothing personal. The man has to go. He talked. Actually, Bena Zambia ndemi totela mwachite buno kuvotera bakainde ngata mwavotere ngabale tufe no inenga na discontrolere manje mwaona sibanga kwanise. And one of the reasons is because he came on the seat captured. He can see kuvutika kwanu maraiti baona muri mu load shedding baona muri be maraiti but sibanga stepo chili chonse because he's not the one in charge. Siwa mene bali in charge yayi vibavuta manje hapa bakambiratu ati nkani ya maraiti hapa I can't promise you singalaye chili chonse because he knows he doesn't have power. He's no longer in control and you can't have a president imwe myanganira president akambati ne palibe veninga chite pamvu za sira muntu mpamvu zikasira afu nikaenda 2026 kuya bebeli berango bakambankani ya fjords banamvere ma solutions nizoona muno Mzambia stipanga fuel but kudate nzopanga fuel kwenze indeni refinery tenzo zipangira fuel so ise tikabwera pate pampando tizambo panga fuel foot ija indeni wake it up tukayibusha indeni tukambo kupanga fuel. Okay. Ilata zama pipeline bakaunda bali pangire from Dar es Salaam kufika ku Zambia okulaleta amafuta that one na bali sangusha nombe ya kushitira mofe ama refined who maintain that one but to resuscitate near crude oil. Additionally, who also start getting fuel from Angola. If wenga baba muma fya kuingira monga fima organization to fima organization if fya but no you can't deal with this one because it's not in the brotherhood. Us we are not like that. To even a Christu, our hands are clean. We are ready to deal with anyone to help us solve the problems of this country. We do not belong to the East. We do not belong to the West. Kaunda made this country to be non-aligned. And we are the first generation who are untainted. With all due respect, our friends, I don't know how they got entangled. Then somebody also brought a voice of Choma. Brianna says, thank you. HH talks too much. What are you going to do on CDF? Look, I'll combine. CDF is a good idea. CDF is a good idea. But the way it is implemented is a wrong way. Number one, Siwens of Rico Kutamangiro wikusisha cheo. Increasing. Mukadibe opoka nangu mwana panga ndai. Kula bat first wa mwesha komo ni elea kuskuru wampaku ka 20 kwacha. Wamona tawe aya adia. Wachida lunch wachita na break okay. Next time tu asaka rundako 50 kwacha. Not first time mwana chiteni pini mwana tinalimu temo mwana chitawa temo mwana. Umwana nomba next akashita na drugs. Because you have not trained, you have not prepared, you have not created capacity mwana. To abukile pupupu. CDF utanini kadisiye. That CDF in the end has just been going kumakadas. pakukula for you to build something. I'm an architect, that's engineering. It takes you 7 years for you to become a master. The 7 years training for me to be an architect. Because kumanga or bridge, there are so many things involved. Manje maenda chabe pa area, mapadzami pasani 30 pini, mangani bridge. No. Create capacity, and it takes time to create capacity. So they should have sent people to train people on how to do those things. People want to build these things, but sometimes they don't have capacity. Guide them, send them capacity, send them people to help them. Right now, as I'm talking, the government wadi fino kufunya report ofo CDF ibomba. Manakangiwa. Apa manje banaleko pasa maloni. Beka at kulipa amena boys and drama. Manje bezo pasa and drama bwanji. Because the drama, these are UPNDI. In drama zaziko. And ngatuwa 7 drama zaziko. You need to account for that money. They are busy jailing people, but makada banatenga drama sa CDF swafuna no kamba hapo. Hypocrisy. Bantu bali yende drama sha CDF actually bakose. Nishin drama wa UPND mukalipira. Don't think we'll just watch you mukalipira. Ifine muleka kaba nenu na yemwe nishin drama, you need to account. I've seen a minister bali sa no impia sha CDF, we are stopping giving because Zambians have got a culture of not paying. But you are looking up people who have taken money for the country and have not paid. You are not saying you have a culture. So imwenga ni mwewa iba at Zambians have got a culture of not paying back. Aba nenunga baiba at their criminals, there is no selective justice. Mukachimona, that money you are stealing in the name of having a bad culture of not paying back, you will pay back. That we can assure you. 2026, you will pay back. That money you pay back.
Okay.
The other question, somebody says, don't change free education. No, free education, we are not saying free education is bad. What we are saying is, Hakainde should not lie that is the one who brought free education. Ilena ile free education, muka unda. 1991, 1992, kwale ya kuolu fair, tuwale fura nama penso, ama buku. So, we are saying, you should not say, I brought free education, kwenzelibe free education. No, free education was there. Of course, it was compromised during the PF. Yes, that we agree. Us will bring back to a standard even higher than ile kuliba kaunda. Imo mwalile ko mwalimu fuileko. Shoko mwalimu. No youth sana. But what I'm saying is that Hakainde got free education. Na kuseko university, intellectuals, those who are listening, in universities there was bursary. This time there's no bursary. What you are getting baunza, basibi bamurungushi, bazikasi, bonse ba universities, ba unilas, bonse ba universities ba Mzambia, ma college ba even in one. Vemutenga panimalon, see free education. As when we come, there will be free education even in the universities. There's no free education right now under Kainde in universities and colleges. No. There's student loans. You sign for those loans. As when we come, there will be free education.
Okay. Thank you for those reactions. Mr. Kasonde, turefu number no. Like machukumia kukafia ku west na ku east. Aina. Question mbia na chafu kumipusha po ino. No. In nowadays, tima ona ina mukavotera muntu, mukavotera president wa ina ku protuano state house, okay? The first thing they will do is they will either go to China, Russia, or America, okay? Ama primes na bakwata. But what happens is ngawaya kuma countries aya. Chalo ba divided into two. There's what we are calling West and there's what we are calling East. When you talk of West, we are talking of America and European countries, okay? So ngatamuli ku Europe na American countries na ku American countries uku. Then ichimuli ku East, which means mwalaba ku China, Russia, and some Asian countries, including some Arab nations. Now, what happens is, I am an organization west of east. It influences the governance of the country. Okay, the way you govern the country, it will depending on my opinion. No matter what you check EFF. Are you going to be aligned to America and Europe, or you be aligned to Russia, China, and the Arabs? Having in mind that whenever you are aligned to this, the governance of the country will be affected in one way or another.
Thank you. Actually, it's a very important question. Those geopolitics are very important. And but actually, either aligning doesn't happen when you're in power. Of course, it can happen when you're in power, but it happens even before you are in power. You have seen. But us, we belong to Zambia, and we want to make Zambia a priority. Right now, I'm saying we are not entangled. Takwa abanje bati no iwe ule liefi iwe tetuye mu state house tukala kulondera kunganda. There's no one. Me, when I become president, I'll go into state house and live there because there's no one giving me instructions.
But I'm telling Mr. Kasonde, one thing we normally have to when Mr. invited to America or China, Russia, you're not going to go that side.
Yes, it's a global world. us will deal with everyone, but will not allow anyone to capture us, because how can they capture you? You are the one. If from Africa, we are only second to DRC Congo. We have got minerals from Zambia. We are a rich country.
Yeah, why I'm asking this Kasonde is this, okay? We have seen some African leaders, including, some leaders from here in Zambia, okay? Whereby, wawina my election, they will be invited by this nation we call superpowers. Okay, and superpowers they are, Cold War. Okay, if China, let's say China, yaingira sana Mzambia muno, America will be frustrated because China have a ku east, then America have a ku west. So the thing is, imwenga maingira mpawa ni, mkaba aligned kwisa.
So if we
east on question ku China na Russia or mkaba America and Europe, which countries are you going to select? Because that will affect the governance of the country.
Number one, in black and white, we will be non-aligned. We will not be to the east or to the west. We will be for Zambia. As we are Pan-African. For the first time, Zambia will be governed by what are known as Pan-Africans. Our duty is to unite the whole Africa. Make it as one. That's why EFF, it is in South Africa, it is in Malawi, it is in Liberia. We are economic freedom fighters. We want to bring freedom. You can't gain freedom by yoking yourself being now a slave of America, a slave of China. Then you are saying you're looking for freedom. Freedom from all these attachments, bringing Africa together, uniting, making Africa a borderless Africa. Our dream is one day my child will be able to go to Zimbabwe like the way I go to Ndola, Kitwe. I'll be able to go to South Africa the way I go to Chipata. Because we would have created security. Our governments would have been cooperating. Now it is actually much easier for me to buy a laser blade from China than for me to buy oil from Angola, my neighbor here. My neighbor, I failed to buy from my neighbor Angola here because of these same geopolitical alignments. As when we come, we will deal with everyone. We'll put the interest of Zambia first. And we'll deal. I'm not saying that America tukaya. China tukaya. But we are not going there to align ourselves. We are Pan-Africanists. We believe in putting the interests of Africa together. The same way Bakaunda led the way united Africa. Most of the liberation struggles were happening from here. We are the ones that liberated South Africa. It happened in Zambia. Zimbabwe, Southern Rhodesia. We, Nyasa and Malawi, we were the epicenter of the liberation struggle. That's why Zambia did not even develop a lot, because in we were liberating others. So when our time comes to lead this country, we are going to unite Africa.
Okay, Mr. Kasonde. If you're in, let's say, you become a president, okay? And then I'm still invite, let's say, America, okay? I don't know, or I'm still invite China or Russia. I don't know what you go, because if you go that side, document I have signed. Don't you think you'll be pushed to sign those documents, and what you promise people, you fail to fulfill them because there's something you sign that side of
Okay.
Because these countries are too powerful.
Naturally, but actually, Abantu, they align and they are captured before they even become presidents. Even when they are talking, listen to them. They will not promise you that they, for instance, let me give an example. Hakain, they never promise you that you will never be aligned. He was already aligned. So, why should I align when I'm already president? Shimo febanda mu atitetu de pera eminyambo kwisabika na oli katakale. You know, when I'm already president, why should I go align? I've got a mandate already to the people of Zambia that I'm enslaved to save. Why should I align them? I want Zambians to be free. I'm a free. Not by the in Zambia, Zimbabwe. Zambia and Zimbabwe are brothers and sisters. Right now, Zimbabwe and Zambia, you never see Emerson Mnangagwa with Hakainde Hichilema talking. You won't find them. But us, when we come, we unite. You see how we tour. The whole Africa united, bringing. Zambia will be a shining light in Africa. Once again, people say Zambia. Nachala video. You know, I was very encouraged. Bacheloranga presidency. And they started giving ama presidents sana baleto you president no alafwale fi baleto wa ku Nigeria fi fuma bubu baranga baleta wa ku wapa Tanzania that lady barafwala chi hijabu checha kumutwe cha kufimba then basaleta Ruto ala follow tuma suit. They was that no, Ruto has given himself a signature suit. He wears kaunda suits. Not wow. Kaunda suits. Ruto akwate tuma sleeveless tuma suit. International batwitati kaunda suit. Those suits were being made in Zambia. Kulwansha ku serious. That's how powerful we were. West Germany, ama military uniform yabo, we are being made in Zambia. I want to take back Zambia to that place.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's start, accommodating the second set of calls. You've got a caller here. Hello, mwafika pa live radio zina na kwa ni watu mila.
Hello, mtana point.
Na senza tabe moshe kaya mweni wandan zina. Atwandan zina?
Jackson Tembo.
Okay, ba Tembo mgakambe.
Sawe program ya wa mngara basi nipena mwapo sama kwa mngara umeje kudai ngesia mjua mapolishani wangi yameka kutoka mwili kaunga ndio kupata 1982 waona manje au mwafuta wangu kutia kambai nikukamba ngama kwa faida mkambe kwenye mzajiti la wangu ngamusitaki sababu ina
Okay.
Wakwera mawauza wangine nikakwera muzaki sababu ino itinai ile nikakwera mugamba kwa ngazako mpaka ni maunga waona yote mwafuta wakamba hivi manja kama baudi nyansalande rodisha nyansalande na anode ni rodisha manje sirati la kujana manja wote kala pia kuna mapale pale moja watu maisha utamele mzapora mkida.
Okay, mkumalizira wa mdala? Mkumaliza?
Voka mbambili hivi ngo kwa mkafuta hizo ngoja kama dirisho utija kwa mdala nawa.
Okay, tamikira.
Pale hapo kama masolution na mimi mzachita.
Okay, ziko mtamikira. The line to call us is 0977-6242-70. Remember that you are entitled to your own opinion, and whatever you say doesn't represent the radio station, neither does it represent the presenter. Yoni maringani loyani amino mkambaina. Number we're choosing is 0977-6242-70. Hello, mafika pa radio zina kwa nemtumira? Atibandani?
Jaba kwa Kristo boss.
Okay, wa Kristo kamisani koni.
Okay, Kasonde Mwenda mlipwani.
Bueno malume, welcome.
Vikomo. Mapotisha ndani monga ndani semu tatu. Ngozi awa ba Kasonde Mwenda mlakandi hapa. Semu tatu na waiki tumezo kandi. Elo kufaka kitu metu kuonje grafu metu wakayaka mapeshe ndio yaka stress maji habari kwa jumpa mwafuta mafunzo wa jumpa sometimes hapa waianga roho wakayanga yana batu badasha badai yanga opposite amene kesho maji mtu yanga nini kutoka kutoka kaunga kulite niko kunta kuri kati ya mimi na bidhaa kutoka pena dijera media ya mwanga maneno ndimo ina dijera mpie bambo kwenda kuri kati ya mimi na bidhaa
Okay, mkumalizira? Okay, thank you very much. I think Mr. Kasonde Mwenda question ya mimi konsaina tukulipata mimi na chitako reduce event. Okay, the line to call us 0977-6242-70 ndiye number I'm choosing 0977-6242-70. Sasa tabe na minute ya ngono then we'll be able to call it a day. Okay, number 0977-6242-70 titumine phone timbeleko kuli mine. Hello, mwafika pale zina kwa watu mira.
Good evening, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Patrick,
Atwandani?
Patrick.
Okay, Patrick. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Therefore, I appreciate the president wa Kasonde.
I'm quiet.
Ishamakan amalaiti kufiaro finga andika kampanya ga shamalaito ndiafo besco ni kampani nshino mwine ni nani. Number 2, limitation of constituencies. Muri bill 7 vale kufukuwesha. How many constituencies they are going to create per province? So that we should perform a constituencies that are new and young. No that will perform a constituencies that are new. Because every power you have which was about party with power. Number 3, presidential speech for parliament. Taya kuata specific yama hours out president yaingira kuishanga ni 1 hour 8 minutes number to atapo kuingira 4 hours yabakati just a traditional opo wana kirasho wapoisha anyuri ngiro kulemba speech ni nani kuirembera we mwine or we give it to the democratic right of the our leader. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's accommodate one call and then you give us a reaction, Mr. Kasonde. Okay, 2 million phone pa 09776242 709776242 70 nchimafika pali program nchimaitana kuti Beyond Zambia. Hello. Mwafika pa radio. Your name and where you are calling us from?
My name is Kasonde. I'm calling from Mutakawe.
Okay, Wamsonda, you can go ahead.
Leo mpike tukaliranja wakateka kwanda peshinga kalanda chinga chitakalipa so nipe ngalaka kumafiri anapinzi ni kafika sasa cheti pinga ni ale ndio wakateka kati haisa ni hata au mami teko and the next step is just
hello. Line yenu ile breaking yako serenko pano napo mwikalire ile breaking.
Kikapa.
Hapa mambo veka hapo
ndetanda tawe balanda pevino bakateka solo ama extension bako na kabote ya kozi ndio baliranda na flotang cheti ku things very bad and very
okay, thank you very much for your call.
All right.
Okay. Mr. Kasonde, your reaction to the last set,
yes.
of course, into a picking, and then I'll see before 18 concludes. Give us your reaction to the call.
Thank you so much twatotera kwena mwebena Zambia chona mitemena balenjerera kolimo ati bambya ati tabale umfuafo tulirondura tulekata pengi mukwaye ama listeners tuleshibo kutira mulaba bakusana bambi mwali fish babambita ba fish basoli mupako asuka question tulalondola ka background so that abantu baumfwa so forgive us ngatakwa tibayipisha question ndeni mwamwatu wamukulanda pali no deja nyasarandi the monetary building afukuti must understand that no will not be aligned because Zambia haleluya ko buntungu abambi so tete just kefiat no will not be aligned fena mirondo la konko tulefuma history chokabira ko na masambiro at history so that mwamfwa bwino tu abanenso abaliko bakainde bali asuka fe maybe fine pum na tupusana maybe that's why bale feel no kufilwa because maybe tabale pishamo sana for balelanda bali asuka fe to please you kuti fe mumfwa no mbayenga mwanji pusha nde tontonka nyapo bushefi is it possible mulefu amibe pyo bufi shakwa to bufi so ne shamibe pyo no mukala follow ubunga bwa free I won't lie to you ubunga buka ba 50 kwacha I won't lie to you I'm sorry but I'll show you ufo tukafichita muno mu country nga mwabendala for instance tukabwesha shani mitengo ubulimi ine ndi mulimi pakulima ufura kwa tendala malali mwana bakainde bamukula babena Zambia ati no mwambye kuteke ngombe iyi ngombe bulu auction sale na iteka po ngombe bamdala bafiro kwa abantu impieshingira mu ngombe don't even make a mistake taukwete capacity wa teke ngombe na ayimunapo muntu ine amkuswira amabula achimutambo kulishe ngombe so panga nda iteke ngombe atakwati mikara mpera milk palasi asanga taipera na flowers ya panganda ingombe it is expensive so you need capacity so abena Zambia takwete capacity kwe batika teke ni ngombe nishimulebe paya fie because you need to give them capacity ngombe shali shupokusunga so you need to create capacity veterinary fie inyereti fio kubika mfie wasanga inyereti maintenance yeka ni 30,000 kwacha ole yoni shwaila nikafunye mpia ku ngombe wasanga ti ngombe ambo kuingisha ndarama it's not easy so we need to be honest to kwa abantu fishinka and number 1 the country should help people not people helping the country no country ya kwa tendarama ino after people After the country helps people, then people help the country. Chimura mufyashi panganda. Wakwata abana bandi nsungeni. First mufyashi afira twala abana ku skulu. Basambirira olo abana bamwa fwango mufyashi. Umufyashi wa charo ni government. So the government should first number one. Bakainde was saying no. Mwebantu mubike amasola panel mwambe kuleta amalight kuli government. No, government should think. The same way bapangira banensu bapanga Kariba Dam. It's government that made that. Tema MPs, Ba MP muno mwambe kupanga. Nishumunta kwa tema ideas. Government has got capacity. It has got money. Government collects ama taxes. Yabika pamwenda lama. Nombo muntu. Kulewa. No, mwewantu. Akusungeni government. Tuwe wapera ama allowance. Vena baleja wale ikuta. Ama ministers. Tuwambe kuna basunga yofwewe karachalo tuwe chura. Tuwe la nsala. That's lack of vision. But Jackson, wachile mbati. Teaching and explaining solutions. Sure. Yeah, if natural ask about Jackson, me I will not answer you. I'm a shortcut. I will explain to you. Chris Well, but I will try to give you short answers where I can. So, Mr. Kamana. Chris Well, I said no party brought prices down. But Chris Well, now mufika nova youth. Ine muka undomo nani. Fiarisa dula kwa ale bukutanta bino kushita cooking oil. Saladi. Chris Well, my brother. Ukushita saladi muka unda in the 1990s. Chile tola 1991 towards. Things were expensive. MMD, when it came into power, it brought the prices down. So kwa kuwe chef into punch. Fira bwera, fe wino fia bwera. Na wakwata good government. Fia istikapo na Mzambia. So don't think if ine mwamwene kofiria fipamuru. No. By UPND, they have just failed to bring things down. Otherwise, when there's a proper change of government, things go down. Prices go down. That's what happens. And that's what if over EFF, ndiye chita, mitengo zabwera ko pants. Kuliko na style wamela kambati subsidizing. Government kutandizira abantu, tizamitandizira. Fuel izabwera pants with the help of the government. Because us will not be captured. You will see how much money we make from the minerals. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, Mr. Kasonde, you know, the government says the wapati MPS to subsidize the thing. To know, but mukafanya ku MPS ya kuleta thing punch.
Tete bakwatenda because benendana wala pera for free. In fact, bale monati ngabambo kuzembere kama Americans ama investors bale bapera ma tax holidays. America will not talk about their corruption. That's why now bafuru apa because America na ibadabuisha. Ile balila, but at the same time ile bashuta no kubashuta ati mwalistire amasaka ya miris maize at 48% above the price. And the Amatabayota Africa, that's what the ambassador said. Bakainde came into parliament. Hey, they are ignorant. No, they are not ignorant. They are telling you the truth. But they too much tebaja. Mwache pasa na bakainde na baipendi. They too much tama Americans. Just know how to deal with them. Ufo babaja. Kwisho ifya kubasende. Mwa mwena tinga mwapera. Ama minerals yes for free. They will not call you out. They will call you out. For baba. You should ask us. Nangu mwaverenga. Google ko ilikuwa dibana AI. No. Go and read on AI. But in of a history of how America behaves in a country. Those same Americans you are giving for free. They will even help kicking you out. That's how they work. Mwambe fya corruption. They will even facilitate your exit. So, don't be misled. Today me pera for free advice. So, if we will get the money, pape no po bambi. That's why nangu mwana kashi. Bambi tibale mwana pofie. Made. Bambi bale mwana pofie. This kageo chikopo. But bambi mwana po mukashi.
Okay.
So, happen pama minerals, upo ba mwana fya kupera. Ifo tukesa mwana po ndarama. But Patrick asked that Zesco, what companies? Hey, Zesco, as I'm talking to you, Zesco technically does not even export electricity. Because Zesco tawa ipera ma certificate. Ba pero tuma small companies kuka wakamat any power. You can Google and check. Any power. Oko kambi atishani. Kambi atishani kaleshina. Neno nara miyebanga na ebukisha. There are these companies. Uto ba isula. Those people that are even connected to government. To their ex shamra. To la light from Kanona na ebukisha. Kanona power. Aka company gets power from Zesco and sells abroad. We sell power to Botswana. Actually, Zambia supplies over 40% electricity here to Botswana. From here, nishimomuli ma load shedding. That's why I'm about load shedding. Because if you are pera abana, with all due respect, ku maringio kusakama na vena Zambia. Gafyashara polo mwapera. That's what we are supposed to do. And that's what, if we're not wiser, we'll bring back power because we will not sell electricity when Zambians don't have.
Okay, Mr. Kasonde, we are running out of time. I would like you to wind up by your closing remarks, Mr. Kasonde.
2026 in Pamakasa. Maybe in Zambia, it's time for us to unite. Don't give up. Don't be afraid of change. ifintu nga afikana ngo ni fyupo muntu ale kupola pola le kupola pola kwa bana GBV no shakti yakwipaira munganda kulan that enough is enough. Not everybody can reform. The UPND is captured. If we are new generation, free thinkers, and we can tell you to alisambira, to alibombesha, or to alichef yako fenang, feto abako fe finang to lelanda, nicho politics school and otherwise, we wouldn't even be marketing ourselves. Tech moneke, we know bad nga to lelanda, mukamat maybe the twa fish, but no, we know these things. We have saved the community bad. Ngane bokale na mboku iminna na liminna na musaka sento na fume number 3. 2016. Na liminna MP na fume number 3 as independent. I was Copper Belt University Students Union president. Na lende na makasa from Kitwe to Lusaka. Ukuli lama bazari. I've been a community leader. Otherwise, I was also president for the Zambia Institute of Architects. So I have been there. And I'm here to save you, Zambia. Give us a chance. I've got a good team. Shabaneka ine. Kwa awacha. Ngalaba. Mbale. We are so many. So we have a team of fresh thinking. Kwa wana bena Nick Matipa. National champion. So we have got even powerful women. Powerful youth. We are a team. And come 2026. Pamakasa is symbol. Pamakasa. Why Pamakasa? Pamakasa, we believe that wherever we want to go, our feet will take us there. Ukulendra mwi tumbo liaba yama. But amakasa will take you console come folk. You won't need anyone to tell you where you should go. You go with your own feet. When we come, we'll give Zambians their own feet so that they can stand. Not to kufukama. We want you to stand and sing of Zambia. Of Wayambana national anthem. You stand. Kwimina pesa. You stand on your feet. As economic freedom fighters, Pamakasa, we are coming so that Zambia can stand up strong. Okay. And together make Zambia great.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kasonde. Before I close the program, let me just go through the text messages and then I'll be able to say bye-bye. My message ameni napokelera ni aya ngasinza velenga simuzamvera munchirekani velenga. Okay. Ninangwa kambati nifuna namba ya babosi nikayambe ko kuza antu kuchipata kwatu. Okay? Wafuna namba yanu wakasonde wakambe kuza bantu kuchipata kwao. And then venangwa kambati, dear sir, how are you doing today? I'm Hastings Yame from Nakonde. I write this letter for everyone. EFF, love you more, Kunakonde. And who is MP for Nakonde district? I want to know MP so that I support him on TikTok, Facebook, and others. I'm not a junkie. My NRC is Vika Papo, National Vika Po Siame Astin. And then in the message, Yalanda T. Okay, in the Yalanda T. Okay, this one. Okay, in the Yalanda T. I am Edika Masamba from Chunga dump site. How are you, sir? How are you doing? Stop load shedding. You have our support as youths. Okay, and then in the Yalanda T. I think I watch for quick check presidential speech. How many hours? I watch for quick shine. Under a minute, just under a minute, your reaction, then we call it.
Okay. So number one, number chip number and 09, but just WhatsApp me. Not Quran to be nasana. I'm going to my WhatsApp 0966 23 76 12 0966 23 76 12. Timo yasanga na pa Facebook happen. We are live. You can go and check it on Facebook. Then Lord Shedding will fight for you. If we are not waiting to be in power, we are fighting for you even right now. Aba wonse chula, we are with you. Speaking well, yeah, Bamsonda, we'll support together, we'll support you.
And others if you are landon.
So you send me message na Facebook, na ngwine number na chimipela, then we'll connect you. No problem.
Okay.